Today, on the Canadian way, the 2022 Lexus Rx350 F Sports 3. Oh, you thought I was about to say something stupid. Oh, it's you. Listen to that. Bonjour, hi. I can die anytime today because I'm on ice. I borrowed this Lexus from one of our viewers. The Lexus Rx350 arrived here in North America in 1998, and it was the answer to the Mercedes-Benz ML. It was an instant success from the beginning because it has the best sound deadening ever put in a car at the time. It was also more comfortable than the Mercedes-Benz ML at this time. This is the fourth generation, which arrived in 2016 and has a huge updates in 2021 from the exterior and the interior. Over here we have a 2022 RX350, which starts around $60,000. But this particular model is the S Sports Package 3, which raises the price to $74,000. The front end of the RX have a nice bronze trim around the grille, which emphasizes the sportiness of the RX, though the RX is not sporty. Underneath the headlamp, you'll find here some vents, which are fake. The headlamp are very nice, and you can definitely see the quality just by looking at it. And underneath, you have those nice fog, which will completely get crushed by the snowbank, even if it looks very nice. And they're built tremendously well. You have here a nice splitter, which enhances the sportness, and a nice aluminum trim here. These wheel arches are made out of great quality plastics, and on most cars they're like plastics, but these ones look very nice. And as you can see, the paint quality here is very nice. These wheels look like BBS wheels. They're very nice. I really adore the looks of these wheels. These tires are 235/55/20, which is expensive. The roof rack here is completely useless. This part here could have looked better if they had this chrome trim here, hands over there, because it's made out of a black plastic trim again, and it's not beautiful. The rear ends look weird. It reminds me the Toyota CHR. I think they could have done a better job by just putting straight. Quality of the rear end is so much good. But you still have that bronze trim here on the trunk. And you still have here your F Sports badge, which remind people behind you that you hate sports. Beginning the interior with the trunk. Nice! A trunk which opens pretty fast.
Congratulations, Toyota.
Here we have 695 liters of cargo space. Over here in that leather pouch, you'll have a net which can hold stuff in your trunk. And over here, you'll find another leather pouch which has a first aid kit inside. Next to the first aid kit, you have two latches here which you can pull. Yeah. And now, with the seats fold down, you have 1,579 liters of cargo space, which is freaking bad for a mid-size SUV. Normally, a mid-size SUV is around 2,000 to 2,500 liters of cargo space. So, I'm very sad. Getting in the rear seat, the door opens pretty wide. The seats are very comfortable in the back. The driver's seat is back up as its maximum backup position. I have tons of room for my legs and tons of room for my head. The rear door panel is made out of great quality leather here. Still have this nice swing over there and nice aluminum trim here. And the speaker is covered here with metal. And look at this. You have a nice LED light over there. Nice attention to the detail. You have here your window switch and a nice little place to store a water bottle. Just behind those two rear seats, you'll find a nice place to store some items and two bottle holders. And I really love the feeling when I pull it because it looks like great quality product. Here I pull the lever and I can store some storage here and a really nice place to store your bottles. In the back of the center console, you can't control the climate control, but you have both heated seat switch and two USB port right here underneath. Behind the driver's seat and the passenger seat, you'll find a place to store some items, but it feels cheap. For me, I don't like it. Sitting in the front seat, the door opens pretty wide. Seats are so comfortable. Seating position is great. I have access to everything, and the steering wheel is so nice. Front door is made out of a great quality material, and I definitely love the sewing here, which is a nice attention to details. Has nice beautiful leather and aluminum finish. Here we can see the switch for the memory seats. We have all those switch for the windows, switch for your retractable mirror, and your little joystick to adjust your exterior mirror. Then at the bottom we have a nice place to store a water bottle and a storage compartment here. Next to the steering wheel you have your automatic headlight switch, your trunk switch, your heated steering wheel switch, and you have a ton of blank switch, which is kind of strange. In the cluster you'll find all the function that you'll have in the entertainment system, but in your cluster. Unfortunately, if you press on your GPS here, all you have is a compass. You don't have your GPS in your cluster. I always navigate with my compass. Like, who wants a GPS when you have a compass? I don't need that. You can adjust your steering wheel electronically over here with the little toggle switch, and the quality of the leather and the sewing on the steering wheel is just so nice. And as all the Lexus, all the buttons here on the steering wheels are mostly the same. The Lexus infotainment is pretty complete. You have a tons of feature and function, but it will take kind of a long time to adapt yourself to all these functions and where to find it. And the freaking pad is back again. But yeah, the good news is that it's now touchscreen. What is pretty frustrating is that if you want to go to menu, you need to press on menu here and you have all your function over here, but you can't access to the menu on the screen, which is pretty strange. I have a nice feature here which you can have the weather in the info. That's pretty nice, even in 3 days. Another nice feature is that you can have your map next to your map. You can also have access to your audio. You can also have your fuel consumption, and you can also have your AC control. One thing that I don't like though is that it's on the other side of the screen, so while you're driving, well, you need to go on the other side and it starts to be pretty far from the driver. Underneath the infotainment, you have your CD player and your climate control, which is also pretty easy to use. And it doesn't beep anymore like in the IS350 that we have reviewed previously. Thank you, Lexus. And underneath the climate control, you'll find 2 USB ports, one 12-volt outlet, and a nice leather cunt to store your phone. Next to the shifter, you'll find your heated seat switch and your cold seat switch. You also have a nodal function for those switch. You'll find your electric parking brake switch and an old switch for the traffic lights and your shifter. One thing though, when you start your car, look, you can't even see your switch, which is kind of annoying. I saw a nice function here for those bottle holders. Look at this. When you press push here, it goes up. So if you have a smaller bottle or a higher bottle, you can adjust it right over there. That's pretty nice. Next to the bottle holder, you'll find your drive mode, which you can select eco mode, normal mode, and sports mode. And just underneath, you'll find a place to lock your center differential and your traction control. For those who are viewing our videos, let us know what this switch means. We just don't know. Those map lights are very nice. All you need to do, these are touch map lights. I just noticed that the pillar here and the headliner is made out of Alcantara, which is so much good to touch. Okay, so for those of you who doesn't know what Alcantara is, it's a fabric which is so much comfortable. Oh, Alcantara. Oh my god. Oh. The interior presentation of the Lexus is just so much beautiful. Here we have a V6 3.5 liter which produced 295 horsepower and 267 foot-pounds of torque, and with an 8-speed automatic transmission we average 11.6 liters per 100 kilometer. And we have disc brake on each corner and independent suspension on each corner, and it's all-wheel drive. And it can tow 3,500 pounds. Driving the RX350. The first thing I've noticed is the visibility, which is definitely not as good as I thought, because the blind spot are completely invincible on my left side. Another thing, the sound deadening is definitely really great. One of the best in class. Suspension is pretty soft, comfortable, and there's not a lot of body rolls, surprisingly. The drivetrains work very good. It responds quickly and you won't have any problem for everyday driving. Steering is very soft and very easy to use for everyday driving. I really love the seats, which are really comfortable and they hug you in place. In the sports mode, the RX50 has a lack of feedback. The steering wheel is still pretty light, it's not the quickest rack, and you're still pretty disconnect from the road. Well, the acceleration are quite good. You won't have any problem to overtake cars, but it's not quick as the rival like the Porsche Cayenne, the BMW X5s, and all Germans. Good. The floppy pedal handles pretty well, but they're not as good as the DSG. Overall, the Lexus RX350 is comfort oriented, and this is what you expect from a luxury mid-size SUV. If you buy a luxury SUV for the sportiness, you're dumb. A big thanks to our viewer for letting us review this